everyone. Welcome to the latest edition of the Sports Block. I am Harrison Eaton with a solo broadcast tonight. Tonight we have a matchup between the undefeated 7-0 Mustangs taking on the Bengals of Fuquay. Middle Creek looks to continue their dominance tonight after coming off their 14-5 victory over Panther Creek on Monday. And the Bengals look to extend their winning streak to 2 after being victorious over the Titans of South Garner, beating them by a score of 15-0. Tonight is the first meeting between the Bengals and the Mustangs. Mustangs, like I said previously, are very dominant, scoring 130 runs on the year and keeping their opponents to a combined 23. Tonight's starting pitcher looks to be Emery Bradshaw, sophomore. Catching is Casey Rand. Number 44, the third baseman, is Brittany Boyette. Number 1, Tiana Langley, is at short. Looks to be Claudia Penny at first. Middle Creek is second in the conference behind the Holly Springs Hawks at a conference record of 3-0, and Fuquay is just behind Middle Creek at 3-1. A lot of events going on tonight at Middle Creek. Next door we got the baseball team playing Fuquay. Here we got Fuquay versus Middle Creek, and the men's lacrosse team traveled to Holly Springs to take on the Hawks. As the infield brings in, it looks that the leadoff batter will be number 2, Chloe Baker. Baker on the year batting a very efficient .438. Bradshaw dealing the first pitch. Baker takes strike 1. Windy night tonight at Middle Creek, and that certainly will play effect on how the ball moves around the field. Just to let outside for bring the count to 1-1. Bradshaw making her 4th appearance on the year. Deals the third pitch straight back to her. Through to first for the easy out. With 1 out for the Bengals, brings up number 7. Or with 1 out. War steps into the box. Looks to bunt and just a little outside to take the first pitch for ball 1. Or in the year batting a .450 average with 9 hits. Pops straight, looks to be just behind second base and falls down for a hit. Or with the first hit of the game and hopes to light some sparks up for the Bengals. Now next up for the Bengals is the starting pitcher for the Bengals is number 8, Tarpey. Tarpey takes the first pitch for strike 1. Tarpey on the year has 10 RBIs, which leads the team, batting .474. Looks to be a very good run producer for the Bengals as that's shot to second, thrown to first, and for out 2. With 2 outs, runner on second. Out comes number 13. 13, Alyssa Smith.
1 and 2, both hours down.
Langley with a great defensive play on that last at bat to soften the blow for the Mustangs. Just a little high and inside. Count is now 0-1, or excuse me, 1-0. Ball is shot out to right center and falls in for the hit, or will score. And the Bengals take the first lead of the game. With 2 outs, runner on first, the score is now 1-0 in favor of Fuquay. Ball shot back to Bradsher. Bradsher throws to first. Great stretch by Penny, which will bring the Mustangs to the conclusion of the top half of the first. And we will be right back with the sports block. In the bottom half of the first, your leadoff batter for the Mustangs is Tiana Langley. Langley on the air batting a .583. Very efficient. Good batter in the leadoff spot. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Tarpey is the pitcher for the Bengals. It's fouled off to the third baseline, out of play. Brings the count to 1-1. Tarpey making her 7th appearance on the year. Langley takes strike 3. This will bring up number 5, Shelby Cornett. Ball just a little high and inside to bring the count to 1-0. Second pitch is in there for ball 2. Here for the third pitch of the at-bat, in outside. Ooh, and they're going to call it a strike. Brings the count to 2-1. Cornet looks at ball 3. Count is in favor of Cornet. As Tarpey looks to come back in this count. Ball is in there for a full count. Here comes the full. And she looks at ball 4. Mustangs with 1 out, 1 on. This will bring up number 17, Ella Pierce. Looks at strike 1. Pierce on the year batting .750. Very efficient, 6 for 8. Shoots that ball left center. Looks to be caught by the center fielder. Which brings 2 outs for the Mustangs. Up now for the Mustangs is number 8, Claudia Penny. Claudia Penny with 3 hits on the year and all 3 for home runs, which leads the team. As she looks at the first strike and catcher throws over to first, count is now 0-1. Cornet, your base runner on first. Ball's thrown inside to bring the count to 1-1. Ball shot to the right side of the field and will be out of play. Bringing the count to 1-2, assuming. Claudia looks at ball. Count is out 3-2. Ball is shot to the right side and foul. On deck for your Mustangs is number 22, Casey Rand. Penny staying alive with a 3-2. Penny looks at the full count and fires foul once again. Penny facing the full count. Cornet on second. Full count is dealt. And she strikes out looking. With 1 runner on, the score is 1-0 in favor of Fuquay. But before we go, we have some thoroughbred sponsors to read off. Voted the Triangle's best pizza in the Triangle. Delicious pizza that satisfies your cravings. Johnny's Pizza. Pierce Group has been a group dedicated and knowledgeable professionals with over 100 years of combined industry experience to serve you. Pierce Group benefits. High quality auto repair at fair price. 1010 Auto Service of Apex. We'll be right back with a sports block. Hello and welcome back to the Sports Block as the Fuquay Bengals are up in the upper part of the second inning. In the bat now is Golas, who takes strike one. Golas on the year batting .312 with 4 RBIs. Bradshaw deals the second pitch of the at-bat. And it's a little inside for ball one. Counting it on 1-1. Golas looks at the ball. Brings the count to 2-1. Bradshaw with the fourth pitch, and once again high for ball 3. Golas with the fifth pitch, and swings at strike 2. Full count now. Bradshaw looks to bounce back after a 3-1 deficit count. Ball is shot to shortstop, gets through Langley, and will be a base hit. Golas on first. Now I'll bring up number 12, Sidney Brazowski. Brazowski, the catcher tonight. On the year, batting .316. Bradshaw with the first pitch in there for strike 1. Second pitch of that bat dealt in there, and it will be ball 1. Grant fires 2 first, but runner is safe. Bradshaw with the strike. Counts on 1-2 in favor of Bradshaw. Bradshaw deals. Shot bright back to her. Mustangs look to complete the double play, and they just fall short of it, but they get the lead runner at Golas. And leave Brazowski at first. Looks a pinch run with number 4, Alyssa Wilson. This will bring up currently do not have a number 4 the batter on my roster. Bradshaw deals, and first pitch in there for a strike. Bradshaw with the second pitch of that bat looks to be fouled out of play behind home plate. Bringing the count to 0-2 in favor of Bradshaw. From audio I can hear, it looks to believe that number 14 is Lizzie Atkins. Atkins takes the ball. We're going to count to 1-2. Roger gets a sign from Moran. Deals shot right back to Boyette, but looks to be foul. Count is 1-2. With Wilson on first. Rogers pitch a little outside, bringing the count to 2-2. The sun sets, so it looks like it's going to affect the left side of the infield. Swings at the off-speed pitch to round up. Great pitch by Bradshaw to get her first strikeout. Two outs now for the Mustangs. Swinging up the third baseman, number 10, Mariah Stevens. Outside, or is it, umpire calls it a strike. It's a 0-1 count. Outside for ball one. Stevens takes the 1-1 count and gets lucky with the error of second baseman Burton. Ball seemed to spin right out of her glove and had trouble picking it up. And as both Wilson and Stevens are safe. Those bring up the top of the order with number 2, Chloe Baker. Chloe with the shot back at the last at bat. Takes the first strike. On deck is number 7, or the opening hit of the game. Outside. Counts now 1-1. Stevens and Wilson on base. Baker takes his second ball. Going to count to 2-1. Bradshaw deals in once again outside for ball 3. Baker shot that ball into right center field. Looks to be caught by the center fielder, Erica Robb, and that will round up the top of the second. And we will be right back with the Sports Block. we're good. Hello and welcome back to the Sports Block as we approach the bottom half of the second inning. He's number 22, Casey Rand, the catcher, is up. Rand on the year batting .250.
That was me thinking when it was freezing cold, so I was just hopping around.
Tarpey is once again your pitcher for Fuquay. Tarpey deals the first pitch of the inning. It will be inside for ball one. With the 1-0 pitch. Rand almost takes a swing, but doesn't. Umpire makes his correction with the first base umpire, and first umpire said it's a ball. Rand fired to third and caught by Stevens. Great play by the third baseman. Let's bring up number 44, Brittany Boyette. Boyette on the year with a .571 average. She fouls that one off. Bengals are still leading 1-0. As the ball is fouled down the third baseline, bringing the count to 0-2. They take a moment to retrieve the ball from the left field. Boyette with the 0-2. Fires to the right side of the field and caught by the second baseman, or to bring 2 outs for the Mustangs. This will bring up number 6, Emery Bradshaw, who's your starting pitcher for the Mustangs. Bradshaw with their first plate appearance of the night. Bradshaw on the year batting .444. Tries to bunt and gets called for a strike. Bradshaw with the 0-1. Pulls back after another bunt attempt. Count is now 1-1. Corner infield looks to be pushing in, assuming another bunt attempt, which will not happen. Bradshaw will look at the second strike, bringing the count to 1-2. Bradshaw with the 1-2. Check swings and will be lined out for out number 3. Before you go, we got some Stallion and Colt sponsors. Dr. Edward Alter, his talented team has been helping people smile since 2002. Alter Orthodontics, your hometown orthodontist. Schramm, Tigan and Associates. It's an independent insurance agency serving the Greater Carolinas, protecting the things you care about most. Thank you for watching the Sports Block, and we will be right back with the top of the third. Welcome back to the Sports Block as we approach the top half of the third inning. Number 7, Orr, there's the first hit of the ball game, and the only run. Orr takes the first pitch and hits second baseman Burton and gets thrown out. Great hustle by Orr, but she didn't get there in time. One down for the Mustangs. Bradshaw with the first pitch and thrown outside to number 8, Tarpey. Umpire calls strike, bringing the count to 1-1. Tarpey with a successful 2 innings on the mound with scoreless innings. Ball is fired to center field. Will drop right in front of the center fielder, Rob. Is Tarpey able to get in with a base hit? Let's bring up number 13, Alyssa Smith. Smith, who also has a hit in this ball game, and the only RBI. Ball is rocketed to left field and will line foul. Bradshaw with the 0-1. Gets her the off-speed pitch. Bringing the count to 0-2 in favor of Bradshaw. Smith looking to avoid strike 3. Bradshaw deals outside for ball 1. Strike 3. Bradshaw gets her looking for her second strikeout of the night. This will now bring up number 9, Ada Privet. Bradshaw with the first pitch. See that bat? A little low for ball 1.
How was that selfish?
Ball will be bounced and will line foul.
How about next time you guys bring pizza?
Fuquay continues to get base runners as they hope to build on their lead. They've gotten a base runner in each of their past 3 innings. Ball is hit foul and, excuse me, not foul, under Boyette's glove, and she will be safe at first. This will bring up number 15, Madison Gloss. Those runners at first and second. Great pitch by Bradshaw, getting her high and inside. Bringing the count to 0-1. Mustang defense looks to get out of this inning without any damage done, as the ball is thrown in the dirt for ball 1. Golaz looks a bunt and is fouled. She looks to hopefully load the bases. But now that she has 2 strikes on her, the bunt is out of play. Golaz rifles it to left field, and it is over Cornet's head. 2 runs will score, and she will be in second with a stand-up double. Your score is now 3-0 in favor of the Fuquay. Now up for the Bengals is number 12, Sydney Brodowski. Mustangs with 2 down, runner on second. It'll be in there for strike 1. Bradshaw with the second pitch of the at-bat and gets in there for strike 2. Bradshaw hopes to get strike 3, and which will prevent any damage more from being done in the upper part of the 3rd inning against the Mustang. Ball is caught by Penny. Great athletic play by Penny, which will round up the top half of the 3rd inning. Your score is 3-0 Bengals, and we lead right back with the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as number 25, Ella Burton, second baseman, and for her first at bat of the game. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Burton with a 0-1. Looks at strike 2. As she's down, now has to protect the plate.
That's such a fun sound.
It's a weird sound, isn't it?
Hey, at least you know when it's done.
Yeah, you do.
I bet you'll get tired of that.
And Burton goes down with 3 straight pitches, which will bring up number 15, Erica Robb. Erica Robb, your center fielder tonight, batting .250. And looks to slap, but gets called ball. Takes the ball in line foul. Rob facing a 1-1 count. Looks at strike two. Rob to look at ball two, bring the count to 2-2. Mustangs need to generate some runs as they get into this middle part of the ball game.
I'm getting so bored over here.
And Rob will go down with strike three. Tarpey with her second strikeout of the inning. Just bring up the top of the order for the Mustangs is number 1, Tiana Langley will come in for the Mustangs. Langley check swings and will look at a ball. As the umpire confirms with the first base umpire, and first base umpire said no.
That was me during the last game.
Langley fires on third baseline, fair, and will be thrown out. That will end the inning for Mustangs. But before we go, we have some Thoroughbred sponsors. Voted the Triangle's best pizza in the Triangle. Delicious pizza that satisfies your cravings. Johnny's Pizza. Pierce Group. Pierce Group has a group of dedicated and knowledgeable professionals with over 100 years of combined industry experience to serve you. Pierce Group benefits. High quality auto repair at a fair price. 1010 Auto Service of Apex. And for our halftime sponsor, a healthy, attractive smile is an important part of our lives at any age. Gladwell Orthodontics strives to set a standard in quality orthodontic care and offers a wide range of services. Smile more with Gladwell Orthodontics. As the third inning concludes, the score is 3-0 Fuquay, and we will be right back with the sports block. Hello and welcome back to the upper part of the fourth inning. As number 14, Lizzie Atkins will come in, the first baseman. Bradshaw awaits the first pitch. First pitch is thrown, caught by Boyette, thrown to first, and out number 1. Let's bring up third baseman, 10 Stevens. Stevens on the year, batting .308. Ball is called, strike 1. As I've gotten to view the strike zone for the umpire, it looks to seem that he's calling that ball a little bit outside, as that ball is in there for ball 1. Bradshaw fires and it's caught inside, fouled off. Richard deals. It's fouled off behind. Bring up the second strike. With one out. Ball thrown outside for a full count, I believe. Excuse me, 2-1. 2-2, excuse me. Ball is rifled to center field. And the ball is gone. Steffens with a home run, bringing the score to 4-0 in favor of Fuquay. As Rand meets Bratcher at the mound to try to get her composure down. This only adds to the reason of why the bats need to come alive here in the upcoming innings for the Mustangs if they want to continue their win streak. Let's bring up the top of the order once again as Chloe Baker steps into the plate. Baker takes the first pitch for ball one. Baker's your shortstop for the Bengals. As that ball is placed in a similar position, but called strike one. Bring the count to 1-1. And the ball gets through Langley to bring a runner on with one out. Mustangs need to get out of this inning if they want to have a chance at winning this ball game. So we got number 7 Orr, who already has a hit on the day. Scratcher deals. Looks to be bunt. As Orr got hit in the foot. She will be given first base as we have runners at second and first. Mustangs do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, but I cannot tell who it is. As the infield meets. Mustangs have been struggling, especially with a couple of ground balls that have been hit to a couple players in the infield that have led to base runners that have eventually led to runs that are causing this 4-0 deficit for the Mustangs. His goal loss, excuse me, Tarpey takes ball. Tarpey with 10 RBIs on the season. She takes the first ball, excuse me, takes second pitch for a ball.
This iris keeps changing and I hate it.
The base is loaded. Fuquay is now up 4-0. This brings up number 9, Ada Privet. Privet fires it back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets the ball, and a run will score. As she did not have enough time to throw to first or home to get the out in time.
It's 7 o'clock right now.
Coach Sutton will come out to the mound to speak with Bradshaw. Not sure if there will be a pitching change yet. Could be a composure. The Mustangs down 5-0 in this upper part of the 4th inning. The bats are gonna need to come alive, unlike they have been in the previous 3 innings.
You know what?
As this will bring up number 15, Madison Golas. As Bradshaw deals and finds a strike zone. An inside pitch for strike.
You are so creepy.
Base is loaded once again for the Bengals.
If that's like what you're gonna do, just be quiet.
Another inside pitch, but this one called ball.
Dude, you have to explain.
It's a ball. Corner takes off once again. Pierce rifles and it will land foul. Middle Creek with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
You're just getting bored now, aren't you? No. You know what? Next time that we work a game, I'll give you
As
like
the
feedback
Fuquay
on
head
that.
coach
Exactly.
calls time to meet with her pitcher.
Yeah, we all work a game.
As Tarpey has been pitching very well, I would not expect her to be taken out of the ballgame just yet. And as she does remain in the game. As Pierce is facing a 1-2 count. Pierce steps into the box, facing the 1-2 with corner at first. Corner takes off, and that will be a base hit as it gets past the shortstop, Chloe Baker.
Do you have anything better to do on a Friday?
As Claudia Penny will approach the plate.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't have the means to get there. Unless I want to go through my brother. If I don't have my license.
Penny, by far, Middle Creek's power hitter this season, leading the team in, has a team total of 3 home runs. As she looks at strike 1. With Pierce at first and Cornet at second, here comes the 0-1. And it will be high for ball 1. Count is now 1-1.
I'm always wrong when it comes to grammar.
As Penny awaits the pitch. Ball is thrown outside. As Rand takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Okay, that was middle school. They were fine.
Rand awaits. Bunts, and will land foul. Counting on 1-1.
I told you, next time we do this, I'll bring pizza in. So you only get it every year. I don't know. You tell me.
Ball is now foul. As Rand is now down to the count. 1-2. Ball's thrown outside for 2-2. Rand looking to protect the plate. Ball's thrown in. Rand takes the hit. Now bases are loaded for number 44, Brittany Boyette. As Boyette walks over to talk with Coach Sutton.
But then they'd have to rename it.
And the infield will meet for the Bengals.
Gabe, do not send sarcasm. Okay.
As I said, number 44, Brittany Boyette, will be your next batter. As the infield breaks and players return to their position.
Me eating an apple. Shouldn't have done that.
Fresh count for Boyette as there is one out against the Mustangs.
Okay. Nothing. Okay, I'm good.
Boyette takes the first pitch inside for ball 1.
Sarah, talk. Yes.
Boyette takes his second pitch that's in the dirt for ball 2. Little life showing here for the Mustangs as they have bases loaded with one out. And Boyette is up in the count with 2 balls and no strikes. Ball is shot back. And they get the force out of home. And they get a double play at first. Great defensive play by the Bengals to not let any runs cross. And before we go, I have some sponsors to read for you. A healthy, attractive smile is an important part of our lives at any age. Gladwell Orthodontics strives to set the standard in quality orthodontic care and offers a wide range of services. Smile more with Gladwell Orthodontics. And we will be right back with a sports block. And welcome back to the sports block as we approach the upper part of the 5th inning. Let's bring up number 14. Lizzie Atkins, first baseman. as the Bengals hope to add some insurance runs to help their deficit. As the ball is shot back to Bradshaw, and the ball knocks her glove off. Fielding has not been in favor of the Mustangs whatsoever in this ball game. As Atkins will be safe at first. As Coach Sutton will come out to talk to Bradshaw.
Maybe that's not smart.
Not sure they're going to make a pitching change quite yet. As those of you who are just joining us, Mesler was warming up in the bullpen, but has not in the last inning. They will keep Bradshaw in the game, even though letting up 6 runs. As number 10, Steffens will come in. As she homered earlier in the ball game, bringing the score to 4-0.
I am never going to be producer. When? Literally the first football game of the year. It's bad for me. Yeah, and it doesn't help that I don't understand.
I'm not sure what the umpire is writing down at the moment.
How about you stick with producer and I'll stick with
It could be that Coach Sutton had said that he's making a pitching change after this at bat. I'm not entirely sure.
Alright.
As the pitch is thrown outside and Rand throws to first as she'll be safe. And for Fuquay, Atkins is warming up in the bullpen. As the ball is rifled to left center, and that will land fair. As the Bengals now have 2 on and no out. The bats have certainly come alive all game for the Bengals. This will bring up number 2, Chloe Baker. Baker reaching at base in her last at bat. Baker with a hit, and it will land fair as Hughes, the right fielder, drops the ball, and it will get the first. Great throw by Hughes to get out number 1, but a run will cross, bringing the score to 7-0 in favor of the Bengals. So we're got number 7, or as Baker is on first base. Ball is shot to Langley. Langley catches the ball, and that will be out number 2 as she looked to try to throw out Baker as she tagged up. Bradshaw deals. As once again your base runner on first is Baker. Bradshaw deals and the ball is hit right center and it looks like she will be under it, and that will conclude the upper part of the 5th inning. And as your score is 7-0 Fuquay, we'll be right back with the Sports Blog. And welcome back to the sports block as we are in the bottom part of the 5th inning. Bengals are up on the Mustangs 7-0. As your pitcher, Emery Bradshaw, is now at the plate. And she takes first pitch, ball 1. As I forgot to mention, new pitcher in for the Bengals as she throws strike 1 is Atkins, who was previously at first base.
No, that's not right. No. Yeah.
Atkins awaits the 1-0. Ball's in the dirt for ball 2. Mustangs hope to have a similar outing as last inning, but hopefully this inning will result in some runs. As there was a great defensive play to conclude the 4th inning as that ball sails high for ball 3. Excuse me, it'll be strike 1.
Why would you know numbers in here? Oh, sorry. That's like a common thing.
As she will walk, and there'll be ball 4. Let's go to number 25, Ella Burton, the second baseman. As Bradshaw subs in for number 4, freshman Lydia Kinnear. As Burton awaits a sign from Coach Sutton. As Atkins awaits the first pitch of the at-bat. The inside, as it did not hit her, as Kinnear will round second and stay there. Once again, Kinnear is your runner at second base. As the Fuquay coach will meet with the infield.
Sarah's not going to talk over here. You're funny. Oh, no, maybe.
Nobody currently in the bullpen for Middle
I'm
Creek
just going to say everything that Sarah says so you guys can hear her.
or Fuquay.
I don't want to talk.
Overall, this has been a dominant night by Fuquay. Bats really haven't come alive for the Mustangs. They've gotten their base runners mainly through walks and hit batters, but if they're going to want to come back in these final 3 innings, they're going to have to hit a spark in the bat. As Burton's still the batter.
Whenever I hear my name, I just like try to chime in and know what's going on. You don't know my middle name at least, so no, don't you dare. Oh wait, that's my petty.
Burton awaits the second pitch
Now it's
and gets caught with the off speed and count to 1-1.
it kind of switches. How many certifications have you guys done? Early? We've done 5.
As she takes strike 2, the count is now 1-2.
It is. I've been telling you from the start. Yep.
As Burton hits a blooper over the second baseman, shortstop Chloe Baker. As Mustangs now have runners on the corner with Kinnear at third and Burton at first, which will bring up the freshman, number 15, Erica Robb.
What's your sister? Are you sure I'm wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm right. What does he look like?
Rob in the 9-hole. With Langley on deck.
Okay, well later show me.
It seems the middle infield is closing in.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, unless I'm thinking. Like a picture from Instagram or something. Oh no.
As Rob awaits the 1-0. It's a fly ball to left. The ball gets caught by the left fielder, but Kinnear will score. The pinch runner, Lydia Kinnear, will generate the first run of the game. Let's bring up the top of the order with number 1, Tiana Langley, shortstop, who is committed to North Carolina A&T. As the lefty Langley awaits the first pitch of her at bat with Burton on first. Langley hits a unintended bunt as she will be safe at first. Let's bring Burton to third. Almost seemed like a chop. Either way, Langley with great speed gets to first base. Mustangs once again have runners in the corner. Let's bring up number 5 corner, who already has 2 hits in the ball game. This corny, excuse me.
I mean, that's debatable, but I'm just really bored. No, I've known game for too long. Since I've lived here. I've lived here and lived
Infield
here.
breaks and players return to their positions and runners return to their base. A new batter with 1 out is Shelby Cornett, who I previously mentioned has 2 hits.
What's the worst? Are you sure about that? I was second. Huh?
As she takes the first pitch for strike 1. As that was an intended bunt.
Middle and elementary school were both
I'm not exactly sure why
Tell me about it.
she tried to bunt. I believe it was a hit and run situation, as
Because
you do in
apparently everyone
baseball.
hated
But
my track. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean,
either way, the previous pitch should advance Langley to second base, as Middle Creek has runners at second and third, both in scoring position. If Corner can get the ball into the outfield, both runners will likely score. Great speed at second base. As a throw out to third base.
so I turn out the iris to try meeting the middle, but like now whenever I go to turn it up, it just kind of stays there. Does that mean I'm just at the
Comes
iris?
now 2-1.
Okay, I figured.
But if it does get too dark, it can increase the sensitivity.
Okay, I think it's fine. I was just trying to keep it on center.
Yep.
As Cornett takes ball 3. As she jumps ahead, hoping to load the bases or even better, score both runners. As Cornett sits farther back in the box. Cornett slaps it to the shortstop, Baker. Baker struggles to pick it up. Throws the ball at Langley. And all runners are safe, and a run will score. Burton scores from third. Langley's safe at second. And the score's now 7-2. Number 17, Ella Pierce. Will most likely go as a error charge to the shortstop, Chloe Baker. Great off-speed pitch by Atkins, which makes Pierce fall behind 0-1. Runners on second and first with Cornett and Langley.
Yes, you have to crop them. You have to choose which one's the best and fix the lighting sometimes if it's too dark.
As the pitch is dealt, and Langley will run a third. Langley will be tagged out. Almost seemed like she hesitated a little bit, but got thrown out a third. But that will advance Cornett to second. Mustangs now have 2 outs. Score is now 7-2.
Okay, I figured.
As Pierce awaits the 1-2.
Like, not that you're obviously in our academy, but like in general, I'm saying.
Pitch out way outside. As Cornett will advance to third base. As Pierce now facing a count of 2-2. Got to protect the plate. If you want to keep this offensive production continuing for the Mustangs.
What have you guys printed? So like,
Pierce waits a
hypothetically,
2-2.
if I was to give you guys something.
And fouls it off to the left side. Count remains 2-2 with 2 outs.
How about you give me a pizza at the moment?
Mustangs down 7-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Mustangs now down to their last 7 outs.
You're not gonna love the pizza.
As Pierce looks at ball 3, bringing the count to 3-2, full count. Pierce awaits the full. And Pierce swings and misses at the strike 3. Overall, a good offensive inning for the Mustangs as they get 2 runs across. Score is 7-2 now in favor of the Bengals. But before you go, we have some sponsors to read off. Voted the Triangle's best pizza in the Triangle. Delicious pizza that satisfies your cravings. Johnny's Pizza. Pierce Group has a group of dedicated and knowledgeable professionals with over 100 years of contributed industry experience to serve you. Pierce Group Benefits. High quality auto repair at a fair price. 1010 Auto Service of Apex. Thank you for watching the Sports Block. Your score is now 7-2 Bengals, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the sports block as there's now the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, my iris won't go up anymore, so this is what it's going to stay at.
Bradshaw remains in the ball game for the Mustangs.
Why did I have to say that?
Number 13, Alyssa Smith is up. Takes first pitch, ball 1.
My own? Yeah. Pretty good.
As that ball is rifled up the middle and stopped by Rob, but either way, the ball will be in for a base hit. Let's bring up number 9.
Wait, so what did you want to
Ada Privet.
No, I would be with you if you were to take it. You said no. Like, plus my parents want to let you, unless I'm actually with my camera.
This ball's thrown outside for ball 1. It looks to be Kinnear was subbed in for number 25, Ella Burton at second base, as she came in to pinch run.
Gabe, I won a photo contest once. You know that, right?
There's a great bunt by Privet, and she's thrown out. Great throw by Rand to get the first out of the inning for the Mustangs.
Oh, are either of you guys going to like the 5K thing? No. Really? I have to. Because my mom signed me up and also my designs on the shirt.
And there's one out now with Golos up to bat.
Any shirt that they get handed out.
Runner on
with my
second.
design on it. And also, like I said, my mom didn't sign up because the key club hours.
The ball is thrown a little high for ball 1. Golos waits the 1-0. Slaps it. Throws to the second baseman. And there'll be no play. Great hit by Golos as Kinnear got stuck in a pickle. As Coach Sutton goes out to talk to Bradshaw. And that will be it for the pitcher, number 6, Emery Bradshaw. With a combined 7 runs, not exactly sure how many of those are earned. But in will come number 14, Alex Mesler, to pitch. And as she warms up, we will be right back with the sports block. Welcome back to the Sports Block as new pitcher number 14, Alex Mesler, is in, facing a 5-run deficit as the Bengals lead 7-2. Your batter is number 12, Sidney Borowski, who's the catcher for the Bengals. With one out, runners on third and first. Mesler throws first pitch, ball.
What is their middle
Runner
name?
will advance to second base,
Okay, don't
as there is
do
now a force at first.
Everything you say kind of sounds like a lie, no offense. Do you know my middle name?
Great off-speed pitch by Mesler to bring up the first strike of the at-bat.
How? Probably, honestly.
Mesler with the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Counts out 2-1.
You may have that middle name. You should guess Matthews is also like a really basic name.
Mesler with the 2-1. And as Borowski went to bunt, as the bat was still hanging out there, the count was now 2-2.
No. No.
Runners on second and third for the Bengals. Borowski facing a 2-2 count with 1 out.
No. No.
Ball is slapped to the third baseman, Boyette. Boyette looks third and gets the out at first. Great defensive awareness by Boyette to keep the run at third and prevent a run from scoring, and still getting the out, throwing the ball to Penny to get out number 2.
Wait, Josh, what is your middle name?
Bring up number 14,
Everyone else's.
Lizzie Atkins, the first baseman.
Okay.
She's now the pitcher.
I don't know what reaction I'm supposed to have to that.
Mesler with 2 outs now in the top of the 6th inning.
Okay.
As the first pitch of the at-bat is thrown a little bit outside for ball 1.
When people make nicknames out of my last name, it was Donovan Gillian who like annoyed me so much for that.
Mesler throws that pitch in the dirt, falling behind 2-0.
No, you really don't. You can just say what camera's up at this point.
As she awaits the 2-0 count. The ball is called a strike.
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
This is a crucial out for the Mustangs, as they cannot afford to let any more runs cross the plate, as they're yet alone facing an 85-run deficit.
Okay.
We never want to increase that. Ball's called a strike. Works the count to a 2-2. Mesler looks to come back from falling behind 2-0 to now bringing the count back to 2-2.
So that's great.
Ball is hit to the third baseman, Boyette, and Boyette with the final 2 outs of the inning, excuse me, the upper part of the inning, that will conclude the top part of the 6th. As you were watching the Sports Block, the score is now 7-2, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Sports Block as the Mustangs are now down to their last 6 outs. As number 8, Claudia Penny, is now up to plate.
You see it, Rob? My camera is not up right now.
As Penny
Well,
waits.
probably not.
And that'll be called ball 1.
It's Monica and room. Ashley. It's Ashley.
New pitcher in, who was your original starting pitcher now for the Bengals, is Tarpey, and she throws strike 1.
I'm on. That sounds like Ullman.
After taking Atkins out after letting 2 runs cross.
Yeah. Just Ullman. Nothing more, nothing less.
Tarpey deals strike 2. Penny falls behind 1-2. With Rand up to deck.
Let me guess, Alexander. You know, like even though you whisper, I can hear you, right? What do you know? Ghost?
As Penny awaits the 1-2. Ball is inside, but called strike 3. If I'm correct, I believe that is her 4th strikeout of the night. As catcher, number 22, Casey Rand, is up to bat. Rand swings at the first pitch and foul.
Gabe, you should become a commentator. Wait, really? Would you? Yeah, you should try it. Alright.
As Rand
I
awaits
think
the
it's
0-1.
Masterson.
Ball is in, up on her hand, swings for strike 2. Rand has to protect the plate now as the count falls to 0-2. And is thrown. Looks like they will bring in number 11, Avery Spencer. Avery Spencer, one of the 5 freshmen on this year's varsity squad. Spencer this year with 1 at bat, but does not have a hit. Spencer looks to start this rally here for the Mustangs with 2 outs
2 holes here.
here in the bottom part of the 6th.
Well, I have 2 on each side. Yeah.
As Spencer awaits the first pitch of the at-bat.
Apparently.
Spencer hits the ball, and it will be foul. Count as 0-1.
Yeah. You can just do it at home. Well, it depends on the needle. Yeah, honestly, you could. You're laughing, but I'm like dead serious.
As she fouls another one off, same spot. Back-to-back batters now that the batter fell behind 0-2. Mustangs down to their last 4 outs in the ball game.
So bad. I have the worst pain tolerance.
Takes the outside pitch for a ball.
It's also, I literally hate needles.
Tarpey is ahead in the count with a 1-2.
Oh, I heard about that. That's why you are.
Tarpey deals, and the ball is thrown right back to her, and that will conclude the inning as the score is 7-2 in favor of the Bengals, as the Bengals look to approach this next top part of the 7th with some insurance runs. But before we go, I'd like to read some sponsors. Dr. Edward Alter and his talented team have been helping people smile since 2002. Alter Orthodontics, your hometown orthodontist. Schramm and Tegan and Associates is an independent insurance agency serving the Greater Carolinas, protecting the things you care about most. Thank you, and we'll be right back with the Sports Blog. Hello and welcome back to the Sports Blog as the Bengals look to add some insurance runs as they have their final plate appearance of the game. As Stevens is your batter.
Still okay, because I still can't turn it up anymore. Gabe, I don't think you can look him in the eye.
As Stevens fouls that one off. As that is a new rule in this new 2019 year that all coaches now have to wear a helmet while they're on the base paths. That's what that brief interruption of play
I'll
was.
like take an inch off of my height and add it to your height if you want.
As Stevens pops it up to center field, Rob is there. As Rob makes the grab for out number one. This will bring up number two, Chloe Baker.
Yeah, Gabe, what are you gonna do? Gabe,
Baker's been on the base paths a lot tonight.
I'm like 5'6", I think. Yeah, you're tall.
As Baker takes first pitch for ball one.
5'10" or 5'11". No. I mean, you know we're fraternal twins, right?
Baker looks at the second for ball two.
Meaning not identical. Exactly. I don't know. No, we were born a minute apart.
As
It's
Miller
impossible
looks,
for
steals,
you.
throws for strike one. Counts out 2-1.
Oh, there we go. Just gave that away. Oh, you have no idea.
Miller deals, and Baker hits it down the third base line. Spencer caught it and throws it to Penny for out number two. Mustangs showing some defensive energy here and efforts to prevent any more runs from crossing to make this their last ups a little slighter.
6'10" and his is at 6'11". PM.
As Mesler deals. And that is in there for strike one.
Seriously, I don't
As
know.
Orr is your batter. With no on and 2
I
outs.
was like, when's your birthday? And all I heard was, I don't know.
Orr fouls that off behind home plate. Shows out 0-2 in Mesler's favor.
I didn't hear that. All I heard was literally, I don't know. August what? How is that confidential? What if I want to wish you a happy birthday or something? Okay, what's your birthday?
As she awaits the 0-2, has to protect the plate.
Happy birthday.
And that will hit the dirt and then skip and hit Orr, and Orr will be awarded first base. As Orr has been on the base pass probably most out of both teams here.
I do that all the time.
Can't think of any inning that she wasn't after a plate appearance.
Symbol of Gemini. I'm here born in June. Do you get what I mean by zodiac? You seem confused.
As the Mustangs have 2 outs with 1 runner on.
I mean, still.
Swings at one in the dirt. Not fouled off. As Orr will run to second on a pass ball.
I'm like trying not to laugh into the microphone.
As she awaits the 1-1. Rifle down the third base line, and that will be fair. Turns the corner. And will be tagged out. Great tag by Rand. An even better throw by left fielder Cornett, which will conclude the top half of the 7th inning. Hopefully that will carry the momentum over to the bottom part of the 7th, and Mustangs can get some runs on the board. With 7-2 into your score, we will be right back with the Sports Block. Hello and welcome back to the bottom part of the 7th inning, as the Mustangs are now down to their final 3 outs after a great defensive play by Cornett to Rand to prevent another run from scoring. As number 6, Emery Bradshaw, the previous pitcher who started the game, is now up to bat.
So we're almost the last part, right? Please don't lie to me. I'm pretty sure you're lying. Are you sure?
As she waits for the umpire to get situated. Steps into the batter's box and waits for the first pitch. Deals, and that ball will be in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, totally. Devin's what you mean by plans. Like, what's truly a plan? Like, going home and, like, watching Netflix is kind of my plan right now.
As Bradshaw awaits the 1-0, and that ball will be called a strike.
I'm just going to try.
Great
to
pitch.
I don't have to walk home.
This ball is placed perfectly high and outside.
Why? Are you walking? Well, I'm going to leave you in the dark. I'm not going to walk with you.
As that pitch gets away from her and sails high for a count of 2-1.
He could drive me home, but I never let him.
As some of you may hear, the Mustang dugout is so energetic right now. In hopes that their team can rally back after facing a 7-0 deficit. Fouls that one off, and the count will fall to 3-2, full count. With no outs. Full count.
You make the most annoying sounds on this thing.
Bradshaw falls behind on the pitch and will strike out, as that will bring up number 4, Lydia Kinnear, who has one of the runs this evening. Kinnear came into pinch run for Burton. Kinnear awaits and looks at strike one.
Is it a privilege? Oh, what do you mean by that? I'm taking offense.
Mustang's down to 2 outs now.
I got it for Chris.
She has to move out of the way, but it's called after finding the strike zone on an inside pitch.
I helped pay for half of one of my lenses. Okay, I have 3 lenses. Probably like 2,000.
As the umpire comes out to talk to the Fuquay head coach.
Okay, that's over the span of 3 years of getting it.
Not exactly sure what they are talking about, but infield looks to talk about their next defensive line plans. Fuquay only with 11 players on their roster. They only have 2 on the bench. Would not expect a substitution just yet. But it could happen as they're now talking to Coach Sutton. As the umpire approaches the Fuquay dugout. Make sure to come out and support your Mustangs as they take on Garner at Garner next week. Not entirely sure what the conversation was between the umpire and both coaches, but nevertheless, Kinnear is now facing an 0-2 count with 1 out. No runners on. Score is still 7-2.
Nothing, just don't bring it up.
Ball sails in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, tell me about it. No.
Kinnear awaits the 1-2 and swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tarpey. 6th of the night, and that will bring up number 15, Erica Robb, in the 9-hole. He's had a great night in center field. Made a couple great defensive plays. Tries to slap hit, and the ball is outside for ball 1. as Rob awaits the 1-0. Swings and misses.
Yeah, come on, do me solid.
As she looks at strike 2, Mustangs are down to their last strike in the ball game, including their last out. As she looks at the ball that's outside, good eye. It's counting now 2-2, 2 outs. Score is now 7-2. Looks, deals, throws, fouled off behind home plate. Second baseman Orr is playing in. Erica Robb waits the 2-2 count. As that is 3 straight strikeouts to end the ball game by Tarpey. Great pitching performance by Fuquay as they win with a score of 7-2. Extend their game-winning streak to 2 and ending the Mustangs' game-winning streak of 7. Great offensive night for Fuquay. Looked as though Middle Creek had some offensive production in the 6th inning, but were unable to carry it over in the 7th. That will be the end of the ball game. But before we go, we do have a sponsor to read. Go to the Triangle's Best Pizza. Delicious pizza that satisfies your cravings. Johnny's Pizza. Pierce Group has a group of dedicated and knowledgeable professionals with over 100 years of combined industry experience to serve you. Pierce Group benefits. High-quality auto repair at a fair price. 1010 Auto Service of Apex. We'd like to thank you for watching the Sports Block tonight. We will take a month off from Sports Block and will not return until April 23rd as the men's baseball team takes on Holly Springs. And thank you for watching, and hope you have a great night.